So today we're going to be talking about whether or not staying Disney Club level is worth it. So we have stayed Disney Club level quite a few times, and a question that came up for us before we pulled the trigger was, is it worth it to stay club level? So the quick answer is that it really depends, but I'll go ahead and elaborate on that in just a minute. Before I get started, I would love it if you could take a moment and drop in the comments if you have stayed club level at Disney and if you felt it was worth it. So the best way to figure out if it makes sense monetarily is to look at the availability of the specific resort whose club level you are considering. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the cost of the cheapest room or whichever room you would be staying in if you were to go there. And then you're also going to look at the cost of the club level room. You're going to take the difference between those two, okay? And if that difference is equal to or less than what you would spend on food during a day on your trip, then monetarily it makes sense to go ahead and upgrade to club level. You're going to come out even or ahead, right? However, it doesn't always just come down to dollars and cents. So here are some other things you want to consider. 1, do you want to worry about snacks? 2, do you want to worry about dining reservations? And 3, if you drink alcohol or other types of drinks that are beyond water, do you want to pay for those drinks? So let's go ahead and give an example of what I mean by that. Assume there's a garden view room, right? Say we're talking about the Polynesian, and say that room is about $800 a night. And then say their club level room runs $1,100 a night. Okay, so you're looking at about a $300 difference. So if you're not going to spend $300 on food and drink per day, then it is not worth it monetarily. And I'll elaborate on that in a minute, why I keep coming back to this monetarily component, because there are some other factors you want to consider, but monetarily it doesn't make sense, right? But if you found that garden level room for $800 and then the club level room for $900, then that probably would make sense. And especially if you're traveling as a family, you're probably going to be spending more than $100 per day on food. Now, oftentimes you just want the ease and convenience of not having to worry about meals or food. And in that case, maybe club level is worth it to you no matter what the cost is. So it's really just going to come down to what your daily food and beverage budget is and how much you put value in convenience. So for our family of 4, anytime the gap between a regular room and a club level room gets to about the $200 mark, that's when we start to get excited about club level, because that's where we really feel like we can come out ahead. You know, it's not cheap to eat at Disney, and you can think of some of the snacks. I think one time we spent like $50. We had my brother's kids with us as well, and I think $50 on pretzel, like those warm pretzel bites in the park or something. So, to put things in perspective, it's pretty easy to get to $200 quite easily. Now, we have splurged on occasion where it didn't necessarily make good financial sense to do club level. But for the times that we just really didn't want to worry about dining reservations or packing snacks for our kids, or worrying about the cost of drinks, those are the times that it was worth it to splurge. So if you're celebrating maybe a special occasion, or if this is a once in a lifetime Disney trip, then those are the times that I would say it's worth it to consider the splurge, to kind of spoil yourself, even though maybe financially you're not coming out ahead. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. That helps fellow travelers like you be able to find the channel easier. And again, I would love to hear if you are considering staying club level at Disney, or if you have stayed club level. I would love to hear about your experience or answer any questions that you might have about it.